Karen, the first question, what qualifications are necessary to run the clerk and recorder's office?
The qualifications that I see are really necessary to run the clerk and recorder's office are a strong management experience, multitasking ability. You have to be very, very detail-oriented, and certainly you have to have a dedication to public service.
Okay. Number 2, is the role of clerk and recorder changing in Adams County?
I would tell you that I think the role of clerk and recorder is not only changing in Adams County. The duties of the clerk and recorder in general have changed significantly over the years with the implementation of new federal and state laws, especially in the elections area. The role of the clerk and recorder is actually defined pretty clearly in the Colorado Constitution and the Colorado state statutes. And to some degree, we see changes in state law every year, which certainly changes our role then as clerk and recorder according to how those laws change. And yet, we are still here to serve the public, which is our main role as defined in the Constitution and the state statutes.
Okay. Number 3, how will you help meet the changing demands in your role as clerk and recorder?
I think, quite frankly, the budget realities in Adams County in the near future will necessitate new creative opportunities in order for us to be able to meet the community's changing demands. Obviously, a community's changing demands in this office, which is totally driven by public service, if you will, and customer service, when it comes to motor vehicle recording and elections, those are offices that are the way we operate is strictly by law. And so to be able to change those up and meet the community's demands, it will be a challenge and present new opportunities for us in the future just because of budget realities that Adams County is going to face in the very near future, very similar to the state of Colorado.
Okay. Number 4, what is relevant experience for the position of clerk and recorder?
Well, certainly background in the areas of the office. You would know that this office has 3 major business departments within the clerk and recorder's office, and those being motor vehicle, elections, and real estate recording. And background in those is really important, and the willingness, you always have to be willing to adapt to ever-changing legislation, both state and federal.
Okay. Number 5, what should the voters of Adams County know particularly about you as a candidate?
Well, first I would tell you I'm a Colorado native. The staff and I are passionate about doing the people's work in our offices. I worked for 30 years in the motor vehicle industry, kind of on the other side of what we do here in the clerk and recorder's office, so I understand motor vehicle law quite well. I understand the ultimate importance of maintaining good working relationships with our Adams County citizens and businesses, with the Secretary of State's office, the Department of Revenue, our own state representatives and senators, and certainly with our federal congressional representatives. I'm honest, I'm fair, I'm very dedicated to the job, and I believe my experience makes me your best choice to serve as your Adams County Clerk and Recorder. And I guess I would wrap up by saying my experience counts, and that's the long and the short of it.
Okay.